All right, so we just found something pretty cool, we think. We have a little bit of evidence that we might have found two of the four starting areas, and we might have an idea of where the starting areas might be for the other ones as well. So we're going to talk about that real quick. We found this map over here on the wiki, and it seems that there's, it looks like one starting area here that goes to a main city, another starting area here that goes into a main city, and over here on the left, it's got another one. We got a starting area here next to the coast that goes into a main city, and then one up in the mountains that goes to a main city as well.
Mm.
What do you think, Marcus? What does that kind of remind you of?
Well, as I take a sip of bourbon, it reminds me of the classes that they talked about. So there's, I think, 8 different races, and each race is broken down by. So I'm going to use dwarves for example. There's two different classes of dwarves. So say you choose a dwarf, you got to choose between what would be, I forgot the names of it and I have to look it up, but there's the mountain style dwarves that live in the mountains, but there's also like your Pacific coastline style dwarves, right? And so Trippy found where it looks like a starting area right there, and one goes leads more to the mountain and one leads more to the coastline, and that was something interesting that we never noticed before. Same with the say humans. So as Trippy's scrolling down, you see where it looks like there's maybe a starting point for the one set of humans that are more, say, Western style, and then the other set of humans that is more the Eastern look. And they showed this underneath the different races that you can play, how there's two subclasses, and then that looks like that's like maybe the main, like the node in between the two of them, where those little dotted lines go. So that's what we think we may have discovered.
Yeah, and if that's true, which it seems like it is, because we do have the video footage and everything that shows those two, or those four different styles of races. If that's true, we think that this one here might possibly be the elves, because you're gonna have like a darker woodland elf, and they're gonna have a maybe more like a birch forest kind of elf. From the architecture, at least, that's what it seems to be. And from the orc ones, it looks like you may have a snowy mountainous type of orc, and then a more like dark forest again type of orc, and it's more like in the hills and the mountains kind of pass areas. It doesn't really have the same feel that an elven village would have. This has more of an elven village feel here. So that's kind of what we were thinking in terms of the other two as well.
Oh yeah, I just found something.
Yeah, what's that, Blader?
Yeah, I just saw the aesthetics of every race and species. You can
Okay.
see from the humans they have two species, subspecies.
Can
The
you,
Akylar, they are more European looking.
if you guys want more up to date information, you can always join the Discord. The link will be down in the description below.
You can see the Kylars are more European looking, so they're probably on the more inside left side.
Yeah, the
The
more
Viline are
western side of the map here.
yeah. The Viline are Middle East looking. Even the clothes are more
It's going to be
heavy
more
and
of a sandy area than
yeah,
anything. So and that's what it looks like over here. If you look on the other side of the map, it's more of a sandy desert
yeah.
area, and then you have the more western, grassy meadows area. So and then if you look at let's look at the dwarves next. We'll check those out and see what it says. I believe the dwarves are on the bottom here. So you got Stoic tradition, Forge. Most of the peoples from the old world would see a mountain and think nothing of it. The Dunir saw a defensible home where riches abound. The Dunir take immense pride in what they craft and what they build, fortifications that seem impregnable, warhammers that never break, or beautiful gems for their royalty are all in the repertoire. So that seems more like a mountainous dwarf, obviously, like the classical World of Warcraft type dwarf. The other one is family, freedom, courage, where Dunir saw mountains as home. The Nukia, or Nikua? Nikua.
Nikua.
Yeah, Nikua
Yeah.
saw it as a prison. How could they complete the great hunt inside a cave? The craft of their brothers doesn't elude them, though. They're highly skilled artisans. Instead of jewelry for nobles, the Nikua see crafting as a rite of passage and an advancement of family. Will you progress your people across the mountains of your ancestors? So that seems more, and it's got more of a tropical feel. If you take a look here, there's
Yeah,
actually a
yeah.
palm tree on as their feel and whatnot, and the colors as well. If you look at the colors of the logos, and you look back at
You
the
can
map,
see even in their image. They're the character image.
the colors they correspond with this area right here. So that I think
Mhm.
that's honestly that's we have that covered. Like that's definitely where the dwarves are going to spawn. But yeah, I
Yeah,
thought that was really interesting. What did you guys take from that? You guys think we found the? You think we found the starting areas?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, man. I never even paid attention to that.
The
It's cool,
humans,
man.
practically, we figured it out.
The humans and the dwarves. I think we have the humans and the dwarves covered for sure.
For me, even the elves, it's so easy. One is dark and one is white.
Exactly. And just by process of elimination, that means this has to be the orcs here. So, because the only other race is the one that's available for the underworld, and that's it. Awesome. Well, if you guys enjoyed that, if you learned something new, make sure you click subscribe. It's free, and there's going to be lots more videos like this in the future. All right, guys. Thanks a lot, and have a good day.